In this video, we would like to discuss another most important concept in law of contract, that is privity of contract. So, regarding privity of contract, the common law doctrine that explains that you cannot either enforce the benefit or be liable for any obligation under a contract to which you are not a party. So the common law doctrine was prevailing in England, Scotland, Ireland, and those countries where the Britishers have their control over those countries like Australia, New Zealand, Canada, etc. So, exactly what privity of contract means. It prevents a person who is not a party to a contract from entering a term of that contract, even where the contract was made for the purpose of conferring a benefit to the third party. The law does not allow a stranger to file a suit on the contract. This right is available only to a person who is party to the contract and is called doctrine of privity of contract. But in India, stranger to consideration can sue, but a stranger to contract cannot. So a third party beneficiary can receive the benefits from the performance of the contract. In India, privity of contract is a must to create jural relationship, while privity of consideration is not essential and pertaining to a contract. Consideration may flow to a contracting party from a third party. So, in that case, we will discuss certain leading cases, and these leading cases are English leading cases. One is Tudlar versus Atkinson, and it was a case of 1861 where John Twiddle and William Gay agreed that they would both pay a sum of money to Twiddle's son, who was engaged to be married to William's daughter. So here Atkinson is, as a third party, has no right to enter for the actionable claim from that contract. And regarding that, we'll discuss another leading case, that is Dunlop Pneumatic Tires Company Limited versus Selfridge Company in 1915, where the petitioner has an exclusive contract with the wholesaler regarding the very fixation of price which shall be carried out by the wholesaler while selling each tires manufactured and supplied by Dunlop Pneumatic Tires Company Limited, whereas Selfridge Company is a stranger and it is a third party or a retailer who sold those tires more than the price agreed in between Dunlop Pneumatic Tires Company Limited and the wholesaler. So here, Selfridge Company is a third party or a stranger to the contract. So he would not be liable. And in our next leading case, that is Jagannath Das versus Pandit Ram Avatar Pandey in 1916, the Privy Council also decided in the same manner that a third party who is a stranger to the contract cannot sue for the very effective working of that contract. So the very concept of privity of consideration we found in two leading cases. One is Dutton versus Poole in 1678, and where it was decided that consideration of father is likewise a consideration of the data. And in regarding the most important Indian leading case, that is Chinnaya versus Ramaya, in 1882, the Madras High Court held that privity of consideration is an effective instrument for the realization of the contractual obligation. So, in the instance case, a lady granted or gifted a property consisting some land to her daughter, the dependent, by a gift deed. The deed was registered. In this case, it was decided by the Madras High Court that for a consideration to be valid one, it does not necessarily need to come from a party to the contract. The court also interpreted the provisions of Section 2, subsection D of the Indian Contract Act 1872, which expressly declares that the consideration can be paid by the promisee or any other person. Hence, the defendant was directed to pay the annual sum to the plaintiff. The case was decided in favor of the plaintiff. And in our next video, we will discuss all those exceptions to privity of contract.